Literacy Challenge season is upon us again. Now, you remember that our JHS students across the country were asked to submit essays, and the deadline was the 10th of July. And from that point on, our erudite team was going to sift through the entries, narrow them down, and progress to the next stage of the competition. So, Apiorkor Abe has joined us. She's the head of programs production here at Citi TV and Citi FM, and she's going to update us on where we are in the Literacy Challenge process and what the next step is. So, good morning, Api. Welcome.
Good morning, Kokwi.
Yes, always bright and red.
I know.
Love the red. It's my favorite color. Yeah,
I mean, love the burgundy.
This is a burgundy shade.
I love it.
Thank you. Okay, Literacy Challenge.
Yes.
Talk to us. So the last time you were here with Maggie. You talked about the Literacy Challenge tour. You went to all the schools to talk to the kids. Now the deadline obviously passed on the 10th of July. You got so many entries. Now give us the update.
Okay, so where we are now, we shipped these entries off to our external examiners. There are 3 of them who were doing the bulk of the marking, and they finished marking.
Okay.
They all had who they thought their top 50 should be, and then they passed them on to the chief examiner.
Okay.
Now, I'm happy to tell you that last night, we actually received the top 50 list. Yes, wow. So we have it, and we'll be making that announcement tomorrow morning, Friday. So that tomorrow, Friday, the 5th of August.
You will announce who's in the top 50.
So both on radio and on TV, we'll be announcing who's in the top 50.
Top 50 out of how many?
Look, there's hundreds.
Hundreds. Yeah, I know a lot.
Hundreds, and from all over the country. I think save 2 regions.
Okay.
And now we have 16, let's not forget. Save 2 regions. We got entries from all over the country.
That's good. That's encouraging.
And I was happy to see entries from places like Joje in the Volta region. We've never received entries from there before. And it wasn't just 1 or 2. They came in, a whole bulk. And it was nice to see that.
That means there's a good effort being made for teachers to maybe encourage the students. And it also means the Citi brand is traveled far and wide. So
absolutely.
That's good.
And the things they're writing.
Yeah.
These young people, they are aware of the society that they live in. They're aware of the problems that we have in the country. But they're also aware of what technology can do for us. Yeah. Either they're reading it or watching it, or they're hearing it from people who are around them, be it teachers or parents, but whatever it is, they're very, very aware of what the possibilities are for Ghana. And for me, that's hopeful.
Yes, very much so.
Because the things we are going through, both locally and globally at the moment, if our young people appear to be detached, then it means that there's no hope for our children.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
so it's good that their minds are tuned in to what's happening.
It is.
Okay, so you're going to share a couple of the entries with us today, so we can hear some of what's being read. Now, this by no means suggests that this person or the people whose essays are here are on top of some pile, or the top 50 has been chosen.
Yes.
And are these, but are they included in the top 50?
No, I don't know.
So they're random.
So what we did was, before we send the entries off, we made photocopies of, just about, that's a lot of paper. Random picks, just made photocopies so that we could share what Ghana's young people have to say.
Okay, so this is a random selection from the initial entries.
Exactly.
Doesn't say whether or not this person has made it.
No.
So I don't even know if we'll mention the person's name, so that the person doesn't think. Because so they don't.
Well, you have
assume
that they've won something,
or they've made it.
I mean, that's fine. So we will mention it's a she though.
Okay.
Goes to Queensland International School in Accra.
Oh.
Yes. Random pick. So this is what she writes. Dear Madam, using technology for poverty reduction and national development. Let me just remind people what the topic was.
Yes.
These JHS students were asked to write or imagine that they're acting as advisors to the Minister for Digitalization and communications, right? For communication and digitalization.
Yeah.
Right. Who, of course, has been in the news a lot this week.
I was about to say, did any of them tell her about
that actually came up in some of
anyway.
But yes, they were to write to her, advising her on how to use technology to reduce poverty and essentially achieve national development. So that's what this is about. Okay. I write to speak on the above subject matter and offer my services as an advisor on the possible ways of making use of technology for poverty reduction and national development. In our world today, technology encompasses a vast amount of knowledge and tools that facilitate the use of economic resources as a way to produce goods and services in an efficient and innovative way. Technology enhances economic growth and development, and the more advanced technology is, the faster it can improve the local economy. The role of technology and economic development is further analyzed below. A significant aspect of technology is satellites and drones. This provides farmers with agronomic information, improving yields, and increasing incomes. Small-scale farmers in rural areas often suffer from low agricultural yields, and they do not have access to the same technologies as farmers in other regions or other parts of the world who are using geospatial technology, including satellites and drones. This technology can provide the in-depth monitoring services needed to apply precision farming methodologies to farming in Ghana. Precision farming is becoming mainstream for row crops such as corn and soybeans grown in our world today. I therefore implore the Department of Communications and Digitalization to work on practical applications of satellites and drone data for tree crops such as cashews and coffee to help determine production yields and target on-site training efforts for smallholder farmers. Also, the use of cell phones and electronic cash makes it easier for people in developing countries to interact with the formal sector. Mobile technology has great potential to increase the income of smallholder markets as well. For example, farmers, entrepreneurs, particularly by connecting them to better markets. Mobile supply chain platforms can help companies do business with thousands of farmers across a large area by providing them with agronomic advice and other information that can improve the quality of their crops. Many applications also provide information on market prices, allowing farmers to sell their crops at higher prices, thus improving their incomes and lives. Recent trends in technology include mobile connectivity, collaboration tools, interactive mapping, crowdsourcing, and of course, social media enables citizens to use new strategies to communicate, coordinate, mobilize, market, and simply make their voices heard. Normally in a country, not all the voices of citizens are heard due to its vast population, such as the government is unable to come to the aid of citizens in dire situations. However, all hope is not lost. Because of the recent trends in technology, we've been enabled, and the media can reach out to citizens living in rural areas which the government is unable to access. This helps the needs and wants of the people to be conveyed to the government, thereby providing a more effective and personalized feedback system in real time on a large scale. Consequently, this puts the government on their toes in order to synchronize the behavior of the government for national development at the local level. Educating the public on the use of technology for poverty reduction and national development is necessary in order for the public to have the technical know-how and be aware of its benefits to them. This can be done by understanding the poor people or people who live in more impoverished parts of the country, and therefore they may not necessarily know what technology can do for them. This therefore forces the government to create an enabling environment to bridge the digital divide, in the sense that if there's a lack of public education across the country, it's going to prevent the governments from achieving sustainable development for all. Government must realize this potential and adopt it as a key part in eradicating poverty and promoting equitable and sustainable development. In a nutshell, I, and she mentions her name, strongly believe that if the points elaborated above are implemented by the department, it will go a long way to transform the nation Ghana. I look forward to seeing the use of technology as a tool by the Department for Poverty Reduction and National Development.
Wow.
Yours faithfully. And then she puts her name.
And she's in what year?
She doesn't say.
Say the exact year.
She doesn't say.
I hope she's in the top 50 because I would love to meet her.
Yes.
I would love to meet her
and
for someone who writes. This is like a doctoral dissertation.
Exactly.
This is what, hey.
Exactly.
No, this is serious. And you said Queensland International School.
Yes, she's from Queensland. Now, one thing that has caught my attention, Kokwi, is the fact that almost every script I've read so many of them,
Yeah.
almost all of them talk about how we can use technology for agriculture.
That's significant. That means these kids are, there's something they're learning or paying attention to, because I was really impressed about how she wanted to solve agricultural solutions, financial solutions. I thought,
yeah,
this is impressive.
And they're all talking about the informal sector
Yeah.
being a key place where we
Yeah.
need to beef up technology, and technology can bridge the gap.
Wow.
You know, so the students are aware, they know, and I'm sure a lot of them probably have a mother who's a trader in the market or does some kind of work in the informal sector. Some of them, especially those who are writing from outside of Accra, they've spoken. There's one lady who spoke about the fact that she goes to the farm with her father, so she knows what she's talking about. And she doesn't understand how we're not tapping into the technology available to us to make farming more lucrative and increase our exports. You know, so they understand what they're talking about. It's very simple language, but if you've really listened, you know, you realize that there are nuggets in there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well done. This is nice. So let's see if she made it to the top 50 when you
Yes.
announce tomorrow the top 50.
Tomorrow.
This is good.
So Corey, I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to read the other
second one.
This
Okay.
It's quite long, but I just want to talk about the next stage. So when we announce the top 50, what it means is that these 50 young people will be writing a general knowledge aptitude test next week, Saturday, the 13th of August.
Okay.
Yes, so over a month after we received all the scripts, they'll sit down and write an aptitude test. The questions can come from anywhere. There's no apport.
Wow.
You just need to be, you know, knowledgeable about so many things. Because don't forget that the literacy challenge is not just about how you write or how you speak or where you come from. It's about being well-rounded. We are looking for that JHS student who is most outstanding, but is all-round, because that's the kind of citizen we need now. We don't need people who just fit into one hole and, you know, they can't pay their dues in other aspects of the economy or the society. So they'll be writing an aptitude test, 100 multiple choice questions, 1.5 hours. And that will tell us who makes it to the top 10. Where you will meet them.
Oh, yes, again, yes. In the quiz.
In the quiz.
The quiz.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So next week, Saturday, top 50 will be answering away.
Vigorously.
And from there, it will be narrowed down to the top 10.
Yes, I know. How do we get rid of 40 people?
I know.
You know, and look, these young people are brilliant. I'm always skeptical about calling them children or kids because they don't act like children. They're not. And you can't be writing things like this if you're a child.
This is better than some tertiary people we know. This is, This is really good.
Exactly.
So,
so that's where we're at.
Very, very nice.
Then we'll see who wins 10,000 Ghana cedis,
a
trophy, and bragging rights.
Of course, of being the Literacy Challenge champion.
I must say, though, that 10,000 Ghana cedis is the first prize, but there's 5,000 cedis at stake for the second place winner. And then for third place, there's 3,000 Ghana cedis. So there's money going around. You know.
And there's goodies for all the top 10.
Of course.
You know, everybody gets something
Even
sweet.
the top 50, everybody gets a certificate of participation. You get a medal, just so that you can put it on your CV. You have something to show.
Especially when they're applying to schools, you know, tertiary. So when I was in JHS, I made the top 50 of the Citi FM, Citi's TV Literacy Challenge. That's huge.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And I encourage parents, I mean, if you didn't get your daughter or your son to participate this time, next year, please pay attention, listen out, and let them participate. Because these things, sometimes it's not your university degree that makes the CEO or the HR manager of the company you've applied to say, hey, here's the job. Sometimes it's what you did when you were younger.
These extracurricular things.
It shows them your level of exposure. And they're looking into those soft skills.
Says a lot. That's it. That's what people look for. Api, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And kudos to the whole team. So much work goes into this, the Literacy Challenge. I mean, people see the final product. There's a lot of work that the team does behind the scenes. So
just a quick thank you to our sponsors.
Of course.
You know, this year we have so many of them. And considering the economy and the fact that they're giving us good money, they need a thank you. So Vodafone Ghana Foundation, in partnership with the Kindred Partners, I mean, they've been brilliant. They went on the school engagement rounds with the team, just speaking to the young people about not just literacy, again, in terms of being able to read, but having a wide range of knowledge areas in your pocket, you know, and that was wonderful to see. Then we have Dex Technology.
Oh, yes.
Young guys themselves, and what they say, I love the way they describe their brand. What they're doing, they say, is they're giving every young Ghanaian the chance to have their own personal science lab.
Yes.
So you don't need to wait for your school or the government to equip our science labs. Just talk to Dex, get some small money. It's not even that expensive.
Yeah, you've made it so affordable.
And then you can play around, make little robots. Yesterday we had the Ibri girls here.
Yes,
you know,
look, that those kids are amazing.
Brilliant. So that's Dex Technologies. And we have Prospectus Ghana Limited. I know your boys, at least, the eldest, will be going off to boarding school soon.
Maybe in a few years.
Yeah.
In a few years.
Prospectus
Those
Ghana
are things we have to
Limited.
think about.
Yes, go to them.
They do everything.
Everything. Like, you don't even need to run around.
I know, right?
Nobody has that kind of time. Just tell them what's on the prospectus. They'll put everything together. And I think it's a brilliant business model.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It saves a lot of time for parents.
Absolutely. Yeah. Then a life soap. So, I mean, they're new on the market. And look, I love the fragrances. I don't want to expose. I expose myself to AJ, and then she gave me an earful. But I'll just be using it as aromatherapy in the bathroom because they brought me some of the soap, you know, different fragrances. Really wonderful. And then we have Invest Corp. Also doing something very important, tapping into the younger generation, teaching them about financial literacy. So literacy again, but the financial aspect of it.
It's important.
Yeah, so that if they become the ones who are manning the national press, you know, you not have as many challenges. Hopefully not. Yeah,
no,
so
wonderful.
Those are our sponsors.
Great stuff. Thanks to everyone who supports the Literacy Challenge, and congratulations to all of the young people who sent in their essays, because guess what? Even if you didn't make the top 50, you made the effort, and that's what counts. So keep going. Tomorrow we'll find out the top 50.
Yes, we will.
And whether your name is in there or not, well done on taking part in this challenge. Yeah, we're excited to find out who's made it to the next stage. Appy, thank you so much.
Thank you,
for joining us. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the show will continue. The holiday edition, the Founders Day edition of Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.